Hey friendos, it's Ritz and welcome back to TMITuesday, the show where we answer your guys' questions. Basically, it's a weekly Q&A. This week's theme was moving, and next week's theme is going to be Would You Rather, again, because that was kind of fun. So if you guys have any Would You Rather questions, leave them in the comments down below. They can be as ridiculous as you guys want. Just go all out. Make it fun for me to answer your questions. And yeah, let's just jump in to the questions for this week. Sean Heatherly asked if I've ever forgotten something when I moved, and yes, definitely. I cannot for the life of me find my cases for .hack 1 through 4, and I don't know where they are. I think I lost them between the time I moved from LA to here, or at some point between my move, me being in college in LA to here, I lost them because I have in one of my books with all my CDs, because what I used to have all my games in, I have all of the games, I have all of the DVDs, but I can't find the cases or the instruction booklets, and I think I lost that somewhere in one of my moves. And I have no idea where it is, and I'm really sad. If anyone has any boxes of those, you should let me know. That would be swell. Shy Guy asks, have I ever broken anything while moving? I don't recall breaking anything while moving, and hopefully not. And that's fake wood. That's also fake. Wow, fuck me. But not like while moving, and hopefully not during this move. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to break. But the one thing that I did break moving into somewhere is when I moved into my dorm in college, I went to Target and got myself a mirror to put on the wall because, you know, I wanted a mirror in my room, whatever. And literally, I put it in the shopping cart and it broke. It shattered. So I had to go get a new one. Literally, didn't even own it yet, and I broke it. So we just got a different one. So the Bravo Taco asked what my moving history is and also asked what were the reasons I moved a lot. So obviously I moved out of my parents' place and went to college, so I was moving out for college. Then when I dropped out of college, I needed a place to stay, so I was living down in South LA, like Fullerton area, Anaheim, near Disneyland kind of thing. Wasn't happy with that place, it was super stressful, so then I moved from there to sharing a friend's bed in a tiny place in the ghetto of Oakland where I got chased through the streets by a gang and got my bike stolen. It was a whole fun experience. I think I'm going to do a longer video about that at some point. But we were there for a couple months, and then we moved into a place in South San Francisco, which is a city, not like just the south of San Francisco. And we had an alright place there. That's when I started the YouTube channel. I was in a tiny little, like 8-foot by 8-foot room. It was tiny. It was like a closet, basically. And then after I moved out of there, I moved into the city to be closer to work when I was working at Vans. And then I quit my job at Vans and left that apartment for this place here, because I wanted to find a place I could afford in the Bay Area, and I had 2 roommates then. It was I Am Spoon and Tyler Tino's. He works for Twitch. He was on the partnerships team. I think he's now head of creative or something like that, director of creative. And then they moved out, and Z and Diction came in, and that is the current setup now. And then, of course, I'm moving to Austin in 2 weeks from today. I'm real stressed. And lastly, the Bravo Taco asks, what is a place that I moved to and wanted badly to stay, or had to stay in a place I hated? I've honestly never really enjoyed many of the places I've lived as an adult after dropping out of college and that whole thing, because just they're dirty and they're super small. And I honestly think that the place I'm moving into next is gonna be the place that I will love, because it's super cool. My friend Ray, it's literally my friend Ray and Tina's former apartment. They had leased this apartment. It has to go a couple more months. And then they bought this house, and they were like, do you want to take over our lease? We're going to, do everything. I'm sorry, Charlie, our Doge has ruined the carpets. We're going to fix that. And then you can take that over. And I was like, yeah, of course, I'll do that. So that's what I'm doing in 2 weeks. But I think that's what I'll love the most and hated the most. Probably the place in Oakland, just because I got chased through the streets, and people yelled at me saying, get back here, cracker. Not even joking. They said, get back here, cracker. And then my bike got stolen, the next day. So wasn't a great place. I did not like living there at all. Weasel2408 asks, what's my favorite item in my home? And obviously it's gonna be my No Man's Sky Explorers Edition that was supposed to arrive in June and just arrived 2 days ago. Because when you pre-order something that's supposed to come out in June, and then the game gets delayed till August, and then it's supposed to come out in August, and then it gets delayed month by month by month by month. It's just a ridiculous testament to the fact that I wasn't allowed to charge back and cancel my order. So Zool Addison asks, what are the best and worst places I've moved to, and where would I recommend for the subscribers to visit? Non-theme question, how am I doing? I'll go with how am I doing first. I'm doing alright. I'm very stressed about this move. There's still so much to do. I believe this coming Sunday, I am getting all of my extra couches and desks and my old futon and a couple other little things are all getting taken away. So it's all this old furniture that I've had for whatever. Most of it, like this is Tyler's old couch. I have my old bed, which is my futon downstairs. I have an extra couch, that was another friend's couch. And I'm just like trying to get rid of it because I don't want to take it with me. I don't really have the space at the new place for it because I'm actually getting a sectional. It's already there that Ray and Tina had. And I'm like, I'd rather take that that's already going to fit the space than like all this extra stuff. So trying to get rid of all that stuff. It's pretty stressful. And then I need to finish packing my desk, my closet, my dresser, and then a sort of just random junk that needs to find a home, if I'm going to take it, that is. So, stressed, anxious. Oh, and I still need to find a place that's shipping my car, because the places I've quoted at have been kind of So, yeah. Stress. For your theme question, which was best and worst places I've moved to, I've liked the Bay Area a lot. I basically just moved all around the Bay Area, and I lived in LA for a bit. I did not like LA. It's not the lifestyle for me. Maybe if I could afford it, it would be, but it is not. So then the best place I'd say is San Francisco, and we're going to see how Austin does in a little bit. Ninja Magic asks, what's the hardest item to move from place to place? And that kind of depends, because it wasn't until recently that I have all this furniture now, and I think the only move I had that had furniture was from my apartment in San Francisco, really, to my apartment, the place here currently, and that wasn't that hard as long as you have two people. Moving furniture is not that bad, but I think my bed is going to be the biggest pain for this coming move, because I have to get my mattress downstairs, which is a queen mattress, and I have a mattress topper as well, and I need to like get stuff for that so that it doesn't fuck things up. It's not gonna be great. That's probably gonna be the hardest thing. And actually, I have a computer that doesn't have a box. My old computer that I'm still keeping because I'm a hoarder. It doesn't have a box, so that's gonna be risky to move. It'll probably break, but also, who cares? Old as fuck. Ace Fox asked if I'm gonna plan to come on down to Santa Cruz. Not before I move. I don't have the time or energy or anything. There's no way I'll be able to make it down there. I got packing to do, man. Sorry. Auto Rocket asks, would I possibly do an unpacking stream? Probably not, because a lot of the stuff that would go into my packing stream has gone into my packing stream, and stuff I'm gonna be packing. All the unpacking is gonna be like, all right, bed unpacked. Oh, I should get my desk set up with my computers. And then by the time that's done, like the rest of the stuff's just clothes, and it would be different rooms. This is was kind of easy to do a packing stream because this is all one big room, but I'm gonna have a 2-story apartment. I ain't gonna be able to do that. I can't do that. Roxy K says, I've moved so much and I really like it, and asks, do I? Depends. Most of the moves that I've done have kind of been out of necessity. I moved out of my dorm room because I had to, and then I moved out of the place down in LA because I wasn't happy with where I was and wanted to get a job, and I knew the jobs were easier to get up in San Francisco, where there's better transit to get around. So I went up to the Bay Area for that. Then we moved out of our apartment there when our lease was up. I moved into the city of San Francisco, so I didn't have an 1.5-hour commute when I was a manager at Vans all of a sudden. And then when I quit Vans, I moved over to here because it was closer to my friends, and also because it was the only place that 3 people could afford to live anywhere in the Bay Area because it's expensive as fuck. So, yeah, all pretty much out of necessity. This one's kind of more just like moving to get a new start. Everything else has always been the same area, mostly, same people, all that kind of stuff, so. Alexis Alvarado says, greetings from Texas, and asks, what is pulling you to this great state? So there's a couple of reasons why I'm moving. Firstly, this opportunity kind of just fell in my lap. I love Austin. I've enjoyed it every single time I've been there for RTX or when I was on Laser Team on set for that. It was super fun, and I liked it a lot, and I have made some good friends down there. Like I said, Ray and Tina bought a place and we're looking for someone to take over the lease. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is one of those timing things where I think I just gotta go for it and see what happens. And so I'm going for it and see what's happening. Also, the fact that I can take what I'm paying for now for this is 1 bedroom, sharing it with 2 people, and get basically a 2-bedroom townhouse for myself is just insanity to me. That like, what could get me like hardly anything here with the roommates can get me my own place with lots of space. Like that's insanity. That's insanity to me. I'm so excited to like be in a place where I can really afford to do a lot more stuff and be less stressed about my space. That's gonna be awesome. And thirdly, I just think that I'm ready for a change in scenery. I've been in San Francisco for 4.5 years now, and it's been fun, it's been real. Has it been real fun? I don't know. But no, seriously, like, I think that I've been in San Francisco for a really long time, and it's time for something new, and I think Austin might be the place to do that. And if I don't like it, I can always move somewhere else. But may as well fucking give it a shot while I can. Yeah. Seven Deadly Sins asks, I've only left my hometown a handful of times, and I'm currently attending a university there as well. As someone who wants to travel in the future, do you have any advice for getting over that initial away from home anxiety? I don't know if I have any advice for that, because I used to go to like summer camp and stuff during the summers ever since I was in elementary school. So I've always been able to just be away from home. Like, it's not been a thing. I never get homesick. I'm kind of just like, yeah, cool, I'm wherever. Actually, I don't think I've ever been homesick, but if you want to travel, so start small. Go with something like a camping trip where you're gone for like a night and see how that does. And then if you're gonna go away for longer, you could do like a weekend camping retreat somewhere, like say like 50 miles away from where you live or something like that. Somewhere where it's like you're far enough away that you're getting there. And then just start going a little further and a little longer. And obviously as you can afford it. But you just gotta start putting yourself out in the situations that you think are gonna be uncomfortable so that you can acclimate and just kind of go do shit. That's how I do things. I try to do things that are uncomfortable to me so that it's not an issue later and I can just get shit done. Megs asks, what is my dream place country to move to? I don't know. I haven't visited enough countries to give you an accurate thing. I would say like Japan seems like a cool place to live, but also I don't know enough about, like, I've never been there, so I could hate it. I'm not gonna move somewhere I haven't ever been to before. So maybe I should just do more traveling, and then I'll get back to you on that with a better researched answer. Cragmaster asks, if I could love anywhere in the world, where would I move? If I could love anywhere, I feel like France is pretty romantic. You know, think of France, you think of romance, you think of a wee and wine and stuff. That's, you know, if I could love anywhere, it'd probably be there. And then I'd have to move there. Oh, if I could live anywhere in the world, I think is what you meant. I will, again, like I said to Megs, I'll get back to you when I have a better answer as I've traveled to more places. Michael, fan of UT, says, what was my favorite house I've ever moved in? Well, let's see, houses. So the first 3 places we moved to out of college were houses. The Fullerton house was gross because it was just nobody cleaned anything. There was 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and there were 5 of us. It was real bad. The house in Oakland also was 3 bedrooms and 1 bath, I think. But it had a second kitchen for some reason. That was kind of weird. That house wasn't that nice, but at least there was, like, stuff. Oh, and the 3rd house we were in was the one in South San Francisco. I guess we'll go with that one because it at least had a 2nd bathroom. Yeah. Airwolf asks, I have 2 questions. I'm moving in. Will you do an apartment tour? And will you do games with friends and fans for Dead by Daylight Friday the 13th when it comes out? The first half of your question, I will probably do an apartment tour, but if you want to see the apartment, just look up Ray and Tina's apartment Twitch cribs, whatever thing, the one from a year ago, because that's literally the apartment I'm going to be living in. Literally the exact same one. So there's already a tour. I'll probably set it up pretty similarly to what they have set up. So there you go. Spoilers. You could literally see the place that I'm moving into. You should do that. And the second question, I will definitely play with games with friends for Friday the 13th. Maybe we'll do sub days for Friday the 13th on stream once that game finally is launched, and hopefully once we're settled into our new place. So we're gonna give that a try. XCTS asked what my first booze was. I think I tried adult chocolate milk, I tried whiskey, and I tried some stuff with fucking coffee in it, and it was really gross. I wasn't a fan. And XCTS also asked if I've ever thought about doing a recording session with Jared, Tomato Gaming. I think I know a Tomato Gaming, maybe, or like I've talked to him once, but like, YouTubers don't just be like, hey, let's just record. It's kind of like you have to be friends with them, and then they're like, oh, hey, like, we got a spot, hop in. So I've never really talked to that guy, so I wouldn't be able to just be like, hey, we should record. Big YouTube friend, hi. It's really not how those recording sessions go. So I kind of just stick with whatever I get dragged into. If at some point that I'm big enough where I can like get people into sessions, maybe I would think about doing that. Derek asks, how do I feel when I moved out on my own for the first time? Well, the first time I moved out on my own technically was down to college, and I was really excited. I was really, really, really excited to get away from home. Not that home was like awful or anything, but just I was ready to be independent, and that's something that like is still stuck with me to this day. I'm kind of fiercely independent in things that I do, and I don't really like get homesick or anything, or like if I'm home alone playing games by myself all day, that's not a problem for me. I think I'm having a great time. I was excited. Shadow Cove says, what was the easiest move and hardest move I've done? So the hardest move I've done is this one for sure. This one, we're moving about 1,700 miles, and it's super complicated. So for you guys that don't know that I'm the move for Austin, basically they're coming to pick up all my furniture on the 24th. On the 25th, I fly out to Austin and stay with Ray and Tina. And then I think the 27th, I believe I'm going down to PAX South. I'm gonna get a hotel down there, and then I'm going to get. I have a thing I have to do with Twitch on Saturday at PAX South, and then I'll come back, and hopefully at some point here, maybe my car will arrive. My stuff, my furniture is gonna arrive apparently on February 1st, so I'm gonna be without my stuff for like 7 or 8 days, which is kind of terrifying. So that's just a lot more planning and a lot more work I'd have to do. The easiest move was probably from Oakland to the house in South San Francisco, because I had the same roommate for both those houses, and he got the moving truck, and so we just loaded it, and that was just super easy. And I just crashed at a couple friends' houses when I didn't have a place to crash, because we were like, we had a week where we didn't have a place to live. So it was relatively easy, because I didn't have to do any of the work of planning. Cameron Gallagher asks if I tend to feel homesick when I move. No, not really. I don't really have attachment to places. I think this might be the only place I'll feel some when I move. That's just because I've lived in here in 2.5 years. That's the longest I've lived anywhere, besides like my house growing up. So I've been here for a while, but like it's all right. I don't like love it. So I'm hoping that the next place is better, and I probably won't. Maybe I will, because I'll be so far away from California. Who knows? I'll give you guys an update once we're moved in and all that. Cameron Gallagher also asked, what was the generally deciding factor in moving? Do you think you move places frivolously or for good reasons? It's definitely not been frivolously, because I couldn't afford rent in most of the places I lived. So no, all good reasons. And deciding factor is literally like, do I need a place to stay? Is our lease up? Are they upping our rent? Can we live somewhere better? Can I afford to pay more rent? Okay, cool, let's move. Nobody's Dogma asks, if I could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Now, see, I'm not gonna answer your question this time, because this is a back and forth that we have, but also because I answered this question already, so maybe read the questions in the comments to make sure you're not asking something somebody else has already asked. I hope you guys enjoyed today's TMI Tuesday video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and comment down below with your would you rather questions for next week's TMI Tuesday. As always, friends, my name is Ritz. I'll see you guys in the next video. 7 fucking months. 7 fucking months for that shit.
That's on you.
He just went to the fast.
I hit the wrong door! No, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm gonna grab you! What the fuck?
Fuck off, Nick!
I pimped it out and everything.
Brennan.
Listen, this is an awkward situation.